Jamal Niaz here with the main man, Chris Billam-Smith, and prior to this press conference, all the talk has been you fighting in enemy territory at Selhurst Park against Richard Riakporhe, that much anticipated rematch. Seems like that could be announced soon. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I mean that's the next fight. We're still stuck on the venue situation at the moment, with for obvious reasons. But yeah, that fight hopefully we get over the line soon.
Obviously, he's a Crystal Palace fan. It's not ideal for you. You'd rather it be.
He's not a Crystal Palace fan. But that'll all come out in any build-up anyway. But I promise you now, he is not a Crystal Palace fan.
Why are you saying this?
I got pictures of him in a Millwall shirt, so that would say different. I get it. He's trying to chase a fan base, and that's the fan base he chose in South London. There's only one real Crystal Palace fan, and that's Ellie Scotney. So yeah.
So I'm fully expecting you to bring out that picture with the Millwall shirt at the press conference now.
I don't think I'll bring it out. I'm sure someone. I've got plenty of people who are dying to post it. I just told them to wait.
So obviously it got a bit heated last time you and Richard were face to face. I think he got the wrong end of the stick. You were saying that he hasn't improved as much as you have since the first fight, and he called you delusional for that comment. What did you make of that whole experience going head to head with him like that verbally?
I was fine. Maybe it was heated for him, but he just got so irate so quick. I just said we've both improved, but I've improved more than he has. And then he started saying that, what, you don't think I've improved? And I said, no, listen, because but I don't know what it shows, but it shows something from him that's something's playing in his mind. But yeah, that's a fact. I've improved more than he has. The only attribute he's got over me is punch power, but he's got that over most people in the division. That doesn't say that I don't punch, as I've proven. But that's the only attribute he's got on me. But I've also got a very good chin. So that's how I see it.
As a read, you said that you don't know what that shows. Do you think it could show that he's a bit more emotionally involved in this fight than you are at this point?
Yeah, possibly. I'm not emotionally involved. I just enjoy it. Obviously, it's an opportunity for me to right the wrong of the first fight, but it was never going to define my career, and it wouldn't have if we didn't have a rematch. At the end of the day, since our fight, who's had the better career, and that's been me, and I'll continue to prove that. In
terms of the ways that he's improved since the first fight, he's had 5 straight finishes. What have you made of him since that first fight?
He went a point to Jack Massey after our first fight, but yeah, then he's had some against very not domestic level opponents at best. He boxed Dylan Brejon, who I boxed after the McCarthy fight. Did a good job on him on 2 weeks' notice or whatever it was. Can't really read much into it. It's not like he flattened him and sparked him clean out. He was, the towel got thrown in, like it did in the McCarthy fight was similar. Like the ref jumped in. He's got punch power, obviously, but it's not like he flattens people or knocks people out cold or anything like that. So he's improved in certain areas, but I don't think his improvements are going to benefit him in our fight. I think they're going to make it worse for him. I think he'd be better off being more raw like he was in the first fight, to be honest, but that doesn't matter. So I'm just excited.
Do you sense that could boil over in the press conferences? You're very cool, calm and collected. You don't seem like you'll bite on anything, but I'm sure with the way he's carried himself, the way how he's been a bit heated, and you're obviously going to go for him with the football shirt dilemma, that might touch a nerve with him.
I'm not going for him with the football shirt. I'll say it, but pictures that come out or anything like that, that's not me. That's just I've got a long line of people waiting to post the pictures, and I've just told them to hold fire. Let's do it at the right time, and then they can have all the fun they want. Look, I just enjoy press conferences. I enjoy fight weeks. That's why I've come up early with Ellie this week, because I enjoy the fight week. I enjoy being around him. If he boils over, he boils over. But that's his problem. If he can't contain his emotions and his mindset, then that's his problem. But I'm sure he'll be able to.
Can we expect Kano to possibly walk you out for that one? And can you just explain where that friendship originated from for those that don't know?
No, he won't be walking me out. I'll have a good entrance, but it won't be. Kane won't be walking me out. Years ago, I was on a matchroom show. I think it was when I boxed Brezhon actually, and in Sheffield. And there was a little camera clip of me in a suit, and someone saying, "You look you're looking smart, Chris." And I had my suit with a t-shirt and trainers on, and I had my Stan Smiths on, and I just said, "Stan Smith's white like a Colgate grin," because that's one of Kano's lyrics. And and then they put it up and tagged him, and then he was doing boxing that day, so he replied to me, and then that was it. And then obviously came down to the last fight. Been down the gym, and we had we did a little boxing session, and we just stayed in touch. So yeah, he's just a good lad. Obviously, I've been a massive fan of his music for years. Some people watching this might not know he did music because they all know him from Top Boy and his acting. So look, what a talented bloke, super creative bloke, and he's a great bloke as well.
Does it surprise you the amount of boxing knowledge and the love for the sport that he has, the more that you've got to know him as well?
Yeah, he loves his boxing. He watches it. We were at the Wardley Clark fight the other week together. I said, "Are you going?" And he said, "Yeah." Him and a few of his mates are going. So yeah, he loves his boxing, and he's if you listen to his lyric through the years, there's always sort of nods to boxing. There's boxing lyrics. There's in one of his, I can't remember what song it is, but I think it might have been in Fire in the Booth. There was like a Street Fighter lyric talking about the fighting and that. So yeah, he's a boxing fan, and he loves it.
Just touching back on the Richard Riakporhe rematch, do you feel, obviously you'd rather have a statement win, you'd rather have it be conclusive and be a finish, but you just go out there, do your thing, not to put too much pressure on yourself, right?
No, I'll lump the pressure on myself. I always do. I love it. That'll bring the best out of me. And I'll fight how I always fight. Pressure fighter, high work rate, landing lots of shots, and so far no one can really live with it. No one can really live with the new improved version of me in the last few years. And I think I've probably got the highest work rate and the highest intensity in the cruiserweight division. The closest to that would probably be Maris Bridis. He's got a good work rate. So yeah, it's just how I fight. I'll fight how I always fight.
Amazing. Just want to get your thoughts as well on Fury Usyk. How do you see that one playing out? Because this is the biggest fight in the sport right now, isn't it? Absolutely huge.
Yeah, huge fight. Obviously, undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. It's the biggest fight that can be made in the sport when you've got that title on the line. But it's a tough one. Fury seems sort of back on it mentally. You always wonder where he's at, but there's just something about Usyk. It's not even about the skills and the style. It's just something about his demeanour that he just comes across as unbeatable, and I love that about him. He doesn't. Nothing can get him bothered. There's no mind games that can bother him. So I think I'd edge towards him just based on that. But the size difference is massive, and I'm sure Fury will try and use his size to his advantage.
Awesome. Well, I hope that we get an announcement soon, whether it's at Selhurst Park or whether it's in Bournemouth. I know where you wanted it to be, so we'll wait and see, right?
Yeah, nice one. Cheers, appreciate it.